You are most welcome to today's video, and in case you are wondering what can't you do with mangoes, I am here to answer that question. Today we are going to be making a mango jam, and don't worry if you see me cutting apples in that clip you're seeing now. The apples are very important, and I'm going to be explaining that shortly, why we need the apples in the mango juice. In the mango jam. We are making mango jam, not mango juice. And if you've not caught up with any of my mango juice videos, please check them out. They are amazing ways to enjoy this season of abundance, the season where we have so much mangoes in store. So while we are making a jam is also a way of preserving and taking these fruits so that they can last us longer in our pantries or in our fridges. And we are going to see how you can do this with just simple ingredients, making this from your home. So I cut up an apple and I blended it. The reason why I need it fine is because I want the skin to be very smooth so that I don't feel that in the end result. You are seeing me cutting up 3 ripe mangoes, and I'm really cutting them this way so that I can just get the maximum out of them. I know when the skin is on, it leaves a lot of mangoes inside, a lot of the flesh inside, and that's not what I want. I've also blended this. And if you don't have a blender, look for very ripe mangoes and use your masher. Use a masher, a handheld masher, to just press them out so that the juice can come out. And another trick for the mangoes, and you want to get a perfect jam, please don't use the stringy mangoes, the ones that pull out strings. Please avoid those ones. Use these particular ones, which we call apple mangoes here in Kenya, and I think you will be able to achieve the best result. I'm also sieving out, juicing an orange, as you can see there. I have decided to substitute a lemon for an orange just to get the maximum sweetness out of it, but you can use lemon juice. 1 or 2 for a lemon juice, you'll have to use about 2, but for an orange, because it was quite juicy, 2 of them. So that's it. I have my purees ready. Now I begin cooking these apples. I wanted them to cook a bit because, as you saw, when I was blending, I put in a bit of water in the blender because I felt like they were overworking my blender. That's why I just wanted them to cook a bit so that water can evaporate before I bring in the mangoes. So that's it. That's a good sign that you can see the bubbles. That shows we are getting somewhere with this, and we are almost getting all the water out. So in case you manage to have a good blender that can blend this without adding water, that's a plus for you. And in case you don't have a blender, what you do, you cook these apples and sort of like you steam them. And then once you steam them, you use a masher. And once you mash them, you mix them with the mangoes just like I've done, and continue as we will do. So let nothing stop you. Let not this electric tool stop you. In case you don't have any of those, please improvise and have a good sieve with you, because you'll need to sieve out quite a good number of the peels. So as you can see, that is basically what we are going to be doing. And then we are going to add the orange juice, which we have juiced out, and then we are going to add sugar. So there's contention of how much sugar should you add, why are we adding sugar and not honey. So in this recipe, it calls for sugar. Very importantly, it calls for sugar because sugar is a preservative of these fruits. Without sugar, they will go bad and they will cause food poisoning. So please add sugar. I don't know about honey. I have not seen any recipe adding honey to this. So please just go ahead and add sugar. The least quantity you can add, which is what I've used for this recipe, is a third of your liquids. So if you have 3 cups, you add 1 cup of sugar. So after this, it is just about stirring, and then it will begin to bubble up. It will begin to splatter all over. It is very dangerous. At this point, it will burn you if you don't cover it. Please, you cover it. But because I was in a hurry and I didn't want to stay long making it, I left that space because it will ensure the water evaporates quickly, and that's what we are doing. We are cooking out the water. Yes, that's what we are doing. You'll keep stirring, and the consistency will keep changing. After a few, that's what you can see, I can be able to draw a line through my pot. Yeah, that means that the water is out and the consistency is beginning to thicken. And part of the evidence that we are making this jam, you can see my what is it called, backflash. That thing behind the gas is beginning to get those spots from the mango. That is a good progress we are having there. I can see we are almost done.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road. We crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Nights without sleeping 'cause you fear the night.
So I've just been showing you how well this should come together, and you are aiming at an end result similar to this, where you will pick to test if this is well done. You'll take a saucer, and a cool saucer, where you will be able to just scoop a bit of that and place it on the saucer and try to drop it. Try to make it run off like you're pouring it out. And what you're checking is to ensure that there's no water around that paste that you've put there, or rather our jam. At this point, it's actually our jam. So mine is ready because, like you've seen, there is no trace of water, and as I was showing you, it is here busy burning, so you don't want it to burn. That's why you kept stirring. This is not something you do when you are so multitasking so many other things. It needs your maximum attention. So please just be there. The whole process will just take you about 45 to 1 hour, depending on how high your heat will be. And we are cooking all this under medium heat. You will only increase the heat in the initial stages where you want the juices to begin to boil. So I think we are ready, and I'm preparing to serve this. I'll let it cool down a bit because it is too hot and I cannot serve it when it is this hot. So we will be able to just transfer it into a glass jar, which I have repurposed from one of the products. I think that should be coconut, and they serve me well. In the meantime, as I await the upgrade and all that, but for the time being, these are what I'm using. And just see how I packed this so that you can be able to know that you can what I wanted to show you is that don't use plastic, please. If you can, don't use plastic, because this jam plastic does not preserve as well as glass. And if you will agree with me, something good is happening around us, because there's a revolution that is moving us from plastic utensils and containers and making us appreciate the glass thing. It is not about actually the aesthetics and the beauty of the glass, but it is the importance of why we need the glass. I was getting overexcited there and I overfilled the jam. Though what you do at this point is you just shake it down so that it can go down. And once that is done, all the air will be out of that tin. I needed to reduce a bit, and we'll be able now to let it cool. That was just lower temperature than the boiling temperature. It is going to cool down now. Then after cooling down completely, that's when we will cover it. If you cover it now, it will sweat. And when it sweats, it will create molds. So I'll preserve it in the fridge. Let me show you how I served it with my bread the next day. And this is the most delicious thing I've made so far. And I thank God that it was a blessing. So this is the end product after it cooled down. This jam is amazing, delightful, delicious, everything you can name it. I think, guys, we can make use of the mango season to make this delights in our home. Just look at how that jam is easy to spread on my bread. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So kindly try this recipe. Let me know how it went. Share this video with others. Please subscribe to my channel. As you can see, it is content after content, and it is going to be amazing all the way. Keep blessed. Keep saving where you can, because it is good to save when we have abundance. And that's why I'm actually asking you to preserve the mangoes when they are in abundance. Thank you so much. Watch my other videos on mango recipes and other amazing recipe. I did an amazing recipe on chicken meatballs. You will love it.